Hello, everybody. We're talking about fragrances that are a pass for me. So I've tried all of these scents, and these are newer fragrances to my collection, but I don't see myself reaching for them anytime soon or even in the future. They're just not my taste. The first is Encre Noire by Lalique. So this fragrance is actually pretty decent for its price. I mean, $35 for a full-size bottle is something that you hardly ever find. And what I do like about the fragrance is that it has character to it. You know what I mean? It's like a spicy wood scent and that it has a smoky dry down. But the thing is, the performance was terrible on my skin, at least. I was assuming that this would easily push past 6 hours. I thought that this would go into 8-hour territory. And I know that for the price, I should have expected something of the lesser. But with the sort of scent profile this had, I was expecting this to push past my skin with 3 hours at least, but it didn't. It very much just fell off. And I was like, oh, where did the smell go? And on top of that, yes, it's a bold sort of scent, but it's still not my favorite. You know, it's not like the smell itself wasn't winning me over either. And then with the performance, I was just like, okay, yeah, I'm not really feeling this fragrance. I will say I live in warm weather, so even wearing sweet scents in general right now in the spring isn't something that I've been doing, but there are a lot of sweet, bold, loud fragrances that I do like in my rotation, but this one just is not going to be up there or even top 20. Yeah, just not really, for me, it doesn't scratch that itch. So Encre Noire by Lalique. Next is a Creed fragrance called Creed Royal Oud. I spent time with this fragrance and after the day, yeah, I don't like this scent. I know that I mentioned that Encre Noire was a spicy wood, but this to me is an even spicier wood. On top of that, with a barbershop vibe at the same time. But when I smelled it on myself, I was like, okay, yeah, this is a punch in the face. And I still back what I said in the first video. I still agree with what I said, where this is something that I think would appeal to the masculine nose, like an older masculine nose, somebody in their 40s and up, okay? To the feminine nose, this thing with me and with the girls that have smelled this, they hate this fragrance. It's just like intrusive and not in a sexy sort of way. Like this isn't like, oh, whoa, that's powerful. Like, let me get to know that. That's, oh my God, get that away from me. You know what I mean? And this scent in the dry down, I think it did get better. You know, the barbershop cleanliness of the fragrance was somewhat nice, but it's still not a fragrance I would reach for. Like I said, I would recommend this to like men in their 40s, or if you're a woman that likes really masculine fragrances, sure. But if you're expecting to get this fragrance and think that it's going to get great ladies reactions, I think the best bet would be if you're at a black tie event and you've got this on, but still with that, there are just other fragrances that do a much better job. I think that between, I was going to say panty dropper and boxer dropper, it would be a boxer dropper, but some people get really like, when they hear those words, like, you can't say boxer dropper, panty dropper, blah, blah, blah. But yeah, this is something that would drive men wild. But I don't really like it. Royal Oud by Creed. The next fragrance that I will not really see myself pulling for is a scent that you heard me talk about recently, but after it dried down, I still didn't like it. It's called Violet Delirium by Aaron Terrence Hughes. And the opening really smelled like strong Vaseline and Carmex chapstick, you know, with the yellow tube that you have to like push, and then like the red top. Like it was, I have a habit of like doing this and smelling the fragrance, but I don't want to with this one. Immediately I was repulsed with this scent. And even as it was drying down, I did my best to try to not wash it off, but I ended up washing off this fragrance because it was just not pleasant. I think it's like, I mean, I get the violet, like I understand it, but I don't find this to be wearable. You know, like I would not ever throw this on myself again. If I smelled this on somebody, it wouldn't be like, I would probably hold my breath, to be honest, because I just cannot get with this fragrance. I do agree that it has like, you know, it has its own identity to it, but it's unique to that point where to my nose it smells bad. So for me, this is a total pass. Didn't like any second of wearing this fragrance. Violet Delirium. Next is a fan favorite, Lhomme Idéal Cologne. All right, I was not aware of the hype of this scent and that it was discontinued. One of my followers sent this over, and it was really awesome that he just, he sent it over for me to give my opinion on it. But I really didn't like it. I still stand by what I said, that it smells like grandma to me. And if you're thinking, well, it's your skin chemistry and all that sort of stuff, if you watch my first impression video of this fragrance, me even smelling it in the air, I had that sort of reaction too, where it reminded me of a grandma in church. So I don't, like when I saw those comments of people saying, oh no, this is like, everybody's trying to get their hands on this, they love this. I mean, great for them. Like if this is probably the one scent that I'm an outlier in, cool. I don't mind that, but I will stay true to my opinion. This does not smell amazing to me. This, I'm trying to understand where the hype is with it. It smells like florals, and it gives off the grandma sort of vibe. I don't think, my grandma's room used to smell like this, bro. Like before, you know what I mean? Like how they, even though they wash their clothes in their laundry, they still sort of have this like powdery white floral scent. Like that's what it smells like to me, but of course rock it if you want to. Out of the Lhomme Idéals that I've tried, I still prefer the EDP, but this, it doesn't scream masculine at all to me. In fact, it screams feminine. It screams mature woman to me, not masculine or sexy at all. But yeah, this was a scent that I did my best to not wash it off as well, but I did end up doing it after a few hours because I was like, oh God, like I didn't like it, and my room smelled like it too. When I sprayed it in the air, like when I came back to my room, I like aired it out because I'm like, oh gosh, this smells like my Lola. Yeah, this one is a pass for me. And I think that was mainly it with Greenley. Okay, well the thing with Greenley is that it's not that I don't like it, but just green scents in general are not my forte, right? The Greenley by Parfums de Marly is a green, fresh type of fragrance that reminds me of Oceania by Roche Parfums. And this fragrance and Sedley by Parfums de Marly smell very identical to me. So this smells like a green version of Oceania and Sedley. And for me, I still prefer the two prior, the Oceania and Sedley, over this one. But I do know for some people, this is going to be a great fragrance, a big compliment getter, especially in the spring and in the summertime, if you like the green sort of scents. But for me, just for my personal taste, I don't like this, but I would still recommend it, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? I already have my subjective opinion about it and my bias with the fragrance with me testing it. But like if you're somebody that likes that sort of scent profile, like go for it. I would still recommend this scent because the performance was, I think I got around like 5-6 hours with the scent. It wasn't really amazing, but it wasn't as, I didn't get annoyed wearing this fragrance. All right, so there it is. 5 fragrances that are new to my collection that are a total pass for me. All right, if you're interested, I'll see if I can find discount site links and put them in the description. All right, have a good one, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.